time. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit on the subscribe button and also hit on that notification bell so that when I upload a new video, you'll be first to get notified. Today is actually a corset top. Like I said in my last video, that we have different types of corset. We have the 2-part corset, we have the 3-part corset, and we also have the veteran corset, which is something I'm going to be sharing with you guys in our subsequent tutorial. So today's video is about this top I'm putting on right now. Guys, I've already uploaded the pattern drafting. If you haven't seen that, please go check it out. It's already up on the channel. So this is how mine came out. This is how the back looks, although I could not capture the back because I didn't have anybody to assist me on that. So this is just how it looks like this. So guys, this is the front part. There's nothing serious. The back just has like loops. So for me, I prefer using zip because with zip you can actually do this by yourself without anybody assisting you. But this also have a way of giving it that beautiful look, and it's always difficult. Like doing it alone by yourself is not really easy. So I tried doing this alone just to come up with this and show you guys how it looks already.
All you left me was the radio, and it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. And it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you.
So guys, these are the fabrics. I've gone ahead to cut out lining pieces for it as well. So I'm going to now label this cup so you know exactly what we are doing, and I'll also do same for this other part. This is the cup, and this is the center side front, the center front, and we also have here the back pattern as well. Okay, so this is what we have. These are all the pieces we are going to use. So I'll iron hair stay to all the pieces. So this is what I had after I was done ironing hair stay to it. So I also went ahead to cut out wording for this for my cups. This is also known as padded, depending on how you know this at your area. So I have this wording here, and I also have the lining pieces for it. Now I'll just go ahead and remove these pins here and then keep the lining and the wording aside, and I'm also going to label this cup too so that I don't mix this up when I'm about to stitch it together. So when I'm done with this, I'm also going to repeat same for this other cup here. Remove the lining and the wording, keep them aside, and then still go ahead and label this other side here cup 1, and also label the other part as well cup 1. This is to enable me know how to join this together. Now I also have this here, the center front. So this is on fold. Don't forget, when cutting this, you're cutting this on fold. So I'm going to now keep all these linings aside, and when I open this up, it's also on fold like this. Please don't cut this too. Make sure that it's on fold. So for this other part here, I also have this part here, which is 2. But first, let me go ahead and keep this other one as well. So when I open this up, it's cut into 2. The side front should be cut into 2, likewise the back as well. So when I remove this other part here, keep this lining aside like this. So when I open it up like this, you see that we have 2 pieces here. So now what I'm going to do next is to now stitch down my cups. So I'm going to place piece 1 and piece 2 this way. Pick one of piece cup 1 and one of cup 2 and place them together this way. And make sure you are placing this correctly. Then go over to the sewing machine and stitch this down with 1/2 inch. But you can also decide to first of all pin it down so that you don't misplace them. You can also decide to pin them down this way, and after then take them to the sewing machine and stitch it down with about 1/2 inch. This is what I had after I was done stitching them down. This is it. So I'm going to now notch this part so that when I turn it over, it will relax very well. So just go ahead and notch the cups like this. I'm also going to notch this other one like this. Make sure you notch all the cups very well. When notching this, make sure that your scissors doesn't pass through your stitches. So I have this wording that I went ahead to stitch down. So just stitch down just a little. That's because I tried using my zigzag machine and it wasn't coming up, so I had to just place two of them together and stitch them down just a little. So now I'm going to use this my tailor's ham here, place my cups like this, and ironed my seams open. So guys, this is what I had after I was done ironing this out. I also went ahead to do same for this other one, as you can see. Now I'm going to now place my wording to my cups. If you've used this before, you know that this wording, there's always this shining part, so that's the part you should place facing your fabric, the wrong side of your fabric. So after this, I'm going to now go ahead and iron this now. So let's keep it aside and work on the side front and the center front. So these are my two side fronts. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring the center front. So this is what I had. So we are going to go ahead and stitch this together. So place them like this. After placing them like this, I'm now going to turn one side over like this and use my pins to pin them down. Now when you cut this out correctly, you find out that they are all meeting each other. So place it like this, use your pins to hold this down, and after then, when I'm done with this, I'll also go ahead and do same for the other part as well. So this is what I had. Now I'm going to flip this over like this and also pin this part down. So this is it. Just go ahead and pin it down, and after then I'm going to go over to my machine and stitch down here with 1/2 inch and also stitch down this part with 1/2 inch. So guys, this is what I had after I was done stitching this out. I also went ahead to iron the seams open, as you can see. So this is how it's looking. Make sure yours is looking this way. Now I'm going to go ahead and introduce this bias tape here. Is it bias tape? I'll just place it in between where I joined the side front to the center like this, pin it down, and also pin this part down. Make sure the bias is straight. Just pin them down like this. So pin it down, and when you're done, go ahead and cut it out. So I'll still place this on the center part like this. Make sure when you're doing this, the bias is straight. So pin it down. I'm also going to also pin this part like this. Pin it here. Then I'll go ahead and cut out the excess here. Then I'll still place it here where I had the joining between this other side here, and also pin it down. So when I'm done, I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and stitch this down. You're going to stitch this on the seam like this. Don't stitch on the center. So this is what I had after I was done stitching this. Please, when you are stitching this, make sure you don't stitch on the center. Stitch where you know that you have enough space to pass your boning case. So I'm gonna head to place my cups like this, and I'll pin it down. So I'm going to pin this over. This can be a little bit difficult, but make sure you go ahead and try as much as possible to pin this till it gets to this other end here. So when you are done pinning it, turn it over and check if it's okay like this. So when it's okay, I'm going to now continue pinning this other side as well. I'll pin it and then do same for the other cups. Then go over to my sewing machine and also stitch them down with 1/2 inch.
Something I don't do. I feel the wind blowing my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. One always looking for a shave when it's hot. I've been low key and I'm trying to stop. Goddamn, feeling good.
So guys, I'm done stitching this down. You can see how this cup is really cupping. See how nice it is. So this is the back side and this is the front side. I'll just go ahead and trim off this excess fabric I have here. So you see how nice these cups are looking. Make sure yours is looking this way as well. You see the cups are not flat, so you can see what I have here. So I have the back pieces here. I'm now going to join the back pieces to the front like this. So at this point, if you don't know how to place this correctly, go ahead and use your pattern paper to place it back and to know where the side is, where you're supposed to stitch, so you don't stitch this wrongly. So this is me trying to place this correctly. So make sure you place them okay before you go ahead and stitch it down. So this is it. I'm going to now use my pins to pin them down this way. I think I'm okay with this other side, so I'll just go ahead and pin it down in place before I go back to my sewing machine and stitch it down. So make sure you place them correctly. Make sure everything aligns just like this. Just go ahead and pin it down like this. So guys, so this other part here, since I'm still not okay with it, I'm going to go ahead and bring my pattern paper and place on top of it to know where the side is, so I don't stitch this wrongly. So place it like this just to know where to stitch down. So this is it. Now I'm now going to go ahead and also stitch it down to the actual fabric. So remember we gave this 1.5 inches for stitching allowance. So now after pinning this, I will just go ahead and mark out that 1.5 inch for the stitching allowance. Then I'll go ahead and stitch it in place. This is it. So now I'm going to use my pencil to now mark that 1.5 inch. So I'll place it like this and mark 1.5 inch here. I'll do same for this other side just to know where to stitch this down. So I'm just marking down 1.5 inch. I'll mark till you get to the end of this fabric, and after then I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch this down and also do same for the other side as well. So this is what I had after I was done stitching this down. See, this is it. So now I'm going to now bring my lining. So you see how light this lining is? That's because I didn't iron hair stay to it. So if you have enough hair stay, I'll advise you go ahead and iron hair stay to your lining so that it gives it that strength. So I'll just fold it like this and then cut off the excess fabric I had here, just to trim off all these edges here. So guys, I'm going to repeat same for the fabric as well. Place it like this, fold it into two like this, and trim off any excess you have on the fabric as well. So this is it. I'll just use my scissors to trim off this part here. Just trim it up like this. So this is it. So guys, I have this boning here which I'll be using to pass it through this part here, but before then, this up here, I will just go ahead and cut off this part so it's not looking too pointed. Then I'm going to now push this through. So this was why I said when stitching this, make sure you stitch them on the edges so that you can be able to push this through. You can see me struggling with this part. That's because there are some parts that I didn't, that almost, how do I explain this part? Just be careful when doing this so you can be able to pass this through like this. So this is me struggling with it, trying to make sure it gets to the end of this other part here. So try as much as possible to push this into the end of this other side as well. So this is it. Guys, when doing this, make sure you are very careful. So I've gone ahead to push it through to this part. Now I'm going to now draw it out about ½ inch and then cut it off. That's so that when we are about joining the lining to this, you don't break your needle. So just bring out ½ inch and then after then push it back inside again. That way you're having about ½ inch allowance here to stitch down your lining. So I'm going to now do same for this other side as well, this part and this other part. So I'm going to now use this boning and pass it through this point as well. When you get to this point, just like we did for the other side, push it out again by ½ inch. Push out ½ inch out and cut it out. Then when you cut it out, go ahead and then push it inside so that you can have space on this part here to join your lining to the actual fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and do same for this other side as well. So guys, I'm done with that. As you can see, when I iron it out, it will now come out straight. For now, you see how curvy it is. That's because of the boning we had inside of it. So I'm also going to now add this bias tape to this other part here. You can see I've gone ahead to add it here and also to this other part as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and stitch this with my lining. I'll cover it up like this, but before then I forgot to show you guys that I went ahead to cut out a strap of 15 inches in length and 2 inches in width. So now I'm going to go ahead and stitch this down. So after cutting that strap, I forgot to place it here, which I'm going to show you guys how I did it. So now let's go ahead and trim off the excess we had here after we're done stitching this together. So go ahead and trim off this excess part here, trim it off like this, and after then we'll just turn this over to the right side. Now we stitch just the up here and the down part, we didn't stitch the side. That's because we are going to be passing this through to the right side with the side here. Let me show you. This is where we're going to be passing it through like this. So don't stitch down this part. So this is it. So I'll also go ahead and remove this other side like this. So now, just like I said for the strap, see it here, I went ahead to cut 15 inches long and 2 inches, the width is 2 inches. Then I went ahead to fold it in with about 1 inch, stitch it, and then join it to this my blouse here. I joined one of it from the center where I had the cups, and also to the other side where I joined the back pieces to it. So I have also with me these straps here, which I've gone ahead to make. You see how long this is? So I cut out 2 inches and then fold it in again and stitch it down. So this one here is 2 inches long. This is 2 inches long and 1 inch in width. So now I've gone ahead to fold in this part with 1/2 inch, iron it out. I'm going to fold this like this and then put it in this way. Make sure when you're doing this, it's very tight when you are stitching this. So I'm going to try as much as possible to use this pin and pin it down. So just try and pin it down, just in case you didn't understand how I fix this sleeve here, which I'll be using from as to pass my hand through. Or how do I explain this? Like I said, it's 15 inches long and 2 inches wide. So here I'm coming down by 1.5 inch before placing this other part here. Come down by 1.5 inch, or you can even do 1 inch or even 2 inch. So I came down by 1.5 inch here, and I'll continue pinning this down. After this, I'll do same for the other side and then stitch them down together. So this is all. Now this is what I had after I was done stitching this down. You see how beautiful this top came out. I actually love how it came out too. I hope you'll be trying this and let me know in the comment section. See how beautiful it's looking. Everything came out very well, just as I expected it. So I'm happy I got this correct, even though it was kind of difficult. It's not really easy, but you just have to put your strength, your mind and everything, most especially your mind. If you really had it in mind to do this, trust me, it's going to come out very well. Now, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I wonder what you're still waiting for. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, guys. I'll be posting a lot about things like this. Hopefully you are going to love them. So go ahead and subscribe, hit on that subscribe button, click on notification bell so that when I upload the sewing another tutorial, you'll be first to get notified. Please share this video, like, comment, recommend this video to your friends. Trust me, it's very detailed and they will love everything about it. So this is the end of this video. You can see how I'm rocking it right now. Although even though I was finding it difficult to fix the back by myself, or even if I didn't do everything correctly because I cannot see my back, but it actually came out very well. So thank you if you watched this far. Thank you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to click on that notification bell, guys. It's not going to take anything from you. The subscription, you are not paying for it. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.